Yeah. Good afternoon, guys.
Yeah,
How are you?
Yeah, we are
We're
fine.
fine.
Good. How was your day at school?
A very long and tired starting day. Yeah,
Okay.
we have just finished our lesson in the afternoon, so we come here. Yeah, to
To meet you, and we walked here.
walk here.
It was
A very
tiring.
long way.
It was kind of tiring.
Good.
Quite tired.
Okay. So, first of all, can you please introduce yourself briefly?
Yeah, my Vietnamese name is Nhân, but you can call me Alex.
Alex.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. How old are you at the moment?
Yeah, I'm currently about 17 years old.
17 years old.
And I'm studying in Davin High School in Davin District, a town quite far from here.
Okay. How far is it about from here?
It's about more than 30 kilometers.
30 kilometers. Wow. So it takes a lot to get here.
Yeah, about nearly 1 hour.
Wow. Good. And what about you?
My Vietnamese name is La Thanh Hà, but you can just call me Mia. It's a lot easier. I'm his classmate. We study in the same school, the same class, and I'm 17 years old as well, of course, but I'm turning to 18 in just 3 months, I think. Yeah.
So, did you guys study together for a long time, or?
Actually, it was not at the first because I moved to his school when I was in grade 3.
Very
Yeah.
to me, but we
I-
in a
yeah.
different class.
Okay.
And we studied in a different
like
class.
two class next to together.
But until secondary school, we accompany until now.
Wow. Okay. So that's a long
yeah,
time.
before now we have a very hard time. Didn't get on well with each other.
Don't do that.
But now we are friends, study together, do everything together, and sometimes we have the same memories. Like the same thing.
I think it must be quite encouraging to have a fellow student that's got
Yeah.
the same kind of English goals as each other, right?
Yeah, develop together.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. I think that's a thing that many Vietnamese students struggle with, is that they don't have someone that is as eager as the other to learn the language and progress. Okay, so I just want to find out from you guys today, basically about the IELTS course, why you guys decided to enroll into the course, and what made you decide to study here at Smartland.
Actually, I first heard about the IELTS when I was in grade 9, but everything was so vague to me at that time. But when I reached my 10th grade, I've heard that IELTS is one of the essential requirements to the university that I want to apply to. So I studied to take the IELTS course, and I'm still learning it. I'm still studying it now.
Okay. What age did you enroll into the course?
If my memory serves me right, I think my cousin introduced the IELTS to me because she actually took the IELTS about 2 years ago, and she introduced the IELTS to me, so I can definitely take the IELTS as one of the requirements to the university.
Okay. How old were you when you first started studying IELTS?
When I was in grade 10, I think it was 15 years old.
15 years old?
Yeah.
Okay, so you've been studying IELTS now for 2 years.
Yeah,
Good.
it's been 2 years. A
What
long time.
about you, Alex?
Yeah, I attend the IELTS course about more than 1 year later than her. I'm nearly 17 years old. So I
Okay.
study in the EC in Smartland English Centers. I don't know much about IELTS, but through her, she give me some information, and I know that it is the most essential certificate, like an obligatory requirement to attend some big university in Vietnam or to go to study abroad. Yeah, so I think that it's very important to have the IELTS certificate.
Okay, good. So she pushed you a little bit in the
Yeah.
right direction there.
I
You
agree.
must be grateful. You must be grateful.
She advised me.
Good.
You have a good friend.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you guys have got quite a history, like he said before,
Yeah,
but at least
yeah.
you are helping each other now
Yeah.
and are supporting each other. That is great.
It's very good.
Okay.
It's very great.
So, Alex, what was the most difficult part, or what do you think you needed to improve on most in your English ability?
I think that among four main skills, listening, speaking, writing, and reading, I find that the writing skill is the most difficult because it contains a lot of writing structures, a lot of new words, and you definitely have to know how to improve, how to develop your ideas, and put it from your mind to the paper. Yeah, that is very difficult.
Okay.
And I think I had to learn a lot to improve that.
Okay, and do you think in the short time that you have been studying IELTS here that you have shown some improvement?
Yeah, I find that I have improved a lot. I have just started in SmartLearn for about 6 months, and the whole four abilities, four skills have improved a lot. My score in the reading and listening have become much higher, and the speaking is being improved gradually.
Yeah.
And the writing, the most difficult. I think that is we need more time to practice.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing. Sometimes you think that you might need a lot of improvement on one skill, but when you enroll into a course like this, then you get exposed to all of the skills and you improve gradually on all levels. So, what do you think that you got a little bit of a surprise that you thought, I maybe quite on a good level of this, but once you started studying, you noticed that maybe I should improve a little bit more here too?
Yeah, of course. I find that I'm a quite good student in English in the Vietnamese curriculum, in the Vietnamese teaching method. But when I enroll in the IELTS course, I find out that I still have a lot of things have to be done, a lot of mistakes, and a lot of things to improve. Especially is the writing, the reading, the listening. I don't know how to read. I don't have the right direction. I don't have the good way to practice to do this. But when I came here, many teachers, especially teacher Queen, you know her. She helped me to improve, give me the best way, teach me how to learn it by myself at home. So I find that I have improved a lot.
Good. Mia? Sorry, we've been keeping you silent there for a while. He's got a lot to say, but it's good. What is your experience? You've been studying for quite a bit longer than he has. What do you feel that you improved on most?
I think the skill that I improved on most is listening and reading, because at the very start, I was really dizzy when I see the 3 passages of the IELTS reading, or everything was so it was novel, and I was so overwhelmed. It overwhelmed me. But when I started to study here, I noticed that my level of English, or especially with the reading skill and the listening skill, they have been improved a lot. Thanks to the instructions of my IELTS teacher, which is Miss Lan, also Miss Ling, and
Teacher Long.
Mr. Long, and also Mrs. Queen. Mrs. Queen is a really how to say it?
Mentor.
She's a great mentor. She influenced me a lot. I can say she inspired me to study like.
Very encouragers.
Yeah.
She gives a lot of useful advice to her students.
Yeah.
Good.
And she also gave me a book, and I was really emotional when I received that present. The book is about like the experience of a guy who applied for it. He's kind of really poor, but he applied to the curriculum that helps him study abroad, and I was really influenced by that story.
Good, good,
Yeah.
good. Okay, so what do you feel that you need to focus on now? Which skill, and in particular, what part in that skill?
I think it's about speaking because when before I start this IELTS course, I thought that my speaking skill was great. I thought I was kind of in the center of the universe or something. But the more I study, the more I find out more information, the more I practice, I realized that I had a lot of mistakes. And everyone has imperfections, and I am no exception. I need to really practice on my speaking skill more.
Yeah. What do you think
Yeah.
about what she said?
My opinion is almost the same to her, but the most difficult thing and the most important skill I want is to improve is the writing. Yeah, the speaking is recently quite good. Yeah, not so bad, but I can improve it in the future, in the near future.
Good. Yeah, I think if you have a good foundation, then it's also good to build on that.
Speed up.
It's really important. It's a mandatory factor to decide your.
Yeah, with that being said, at what age would you recommend other students to enroll in an English course or IELTS?
I think it's an interesting question because many people are curious about this topic. But I can say there is the right age for you to take the IELTS course, because as long as your foundation of English is steady, you can enroll in the IELTS course whenever you want. It's not about the age. It's not about how you are old enough to be eligible for the course, but you have to have a really good insight of English, so you can definitely take the IELTS.
A good background is very important.
Yeah, I think they should expose to the IELTS as soon as possible, because the sooner the better.
The sooner the better.
Yeah.
Good. And what do you think that is the biggest advantage of getting IELTS the IELTS certificate?
Yeah, besides being a requirement in many universities, I think that personally IELTS give me a lot of benefits, like improve my speaking skill, improve a lot of other skill, and give me more knowledge, more information about various topics, various subjects. And besides attending an IELTS class, I have more friends and become more sociable.
Social. Okay, good. Okay. So you say you travel quite a long distance to attend these classes. Would you encourage? I think it takes a lot for you guys to have a long day at school, travel on the bus for 45 minutes to an hour, still have to walk. It's a lot that you put into it, so you must be really hungry to succeed and improve.
Yeah.
Do you think that hunger is an essential part of learning and succeeding in the language?
Yeah, definitely. You have to be determined, very decisive to get the goals. Like walking from home up, going by bus and walking a very long way is like an inspiration for us to study harder, to go further.
Actually, I consider it as a motivation.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel really tired, and I really wanted to give up sometimes because everything was very hard. I'm a senior high school student. I'm so busy sometimes. I've worked the whole day, and I came to this center at about 7
Yeah,
7 p.m.
quite
and,
late time.
and I came home at like 10 p.m. Oh my god, and I have to finish my homework.
And then it's all
Like-
again tomorrow.
Yeah, I scarcely like sleep before 12, and that sometimes I feel tired sometimes, but I think that we have to pay we have to pay like if you want to have a good future, you have to pay now. Like you have to work really hard now, so
Yeah.
we
You
can have
can be
a bright
perfect at
future.
everything. If you want one thing, you have to lose another thing. Yeah, like that.
Like in English, we say we have to pave the way forward
Yeah.
to make sure that we can walk on the paved road and not in the mud and struggle through life.
Besides being very stressed, we know how to manage our time suitably to study English, study IELTS, and study other core subjects. Yeah, it's like learning IELTS help us to develop some other social skill, life skill. Yeah.
Good, yeah. It helps a lot with the thought process as well of how you interpret information and how you express it from your own opinion and viewpoint. Okay, I think it was nice chatting to you guys. Interesting to learn a little bit more about both of you. I hope that we can sit down sometime in the future and chat a little bit.
It's really very nice time, very useful.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Thanks.